Hi, everyone. I'm here with my guest, Erin Coupe of Authentically EC, um, to talk about her writing process and project. Normally, we talk a lot about fiction writing. I've got a little different angle for you today with someone who's an expert in leadership development, team building, and coaching. So, a little bit of a different angle, but just as interesting of a process. So, I'm really excited for you get to hear from Erin. Erin, welcome.
Thank you. It's so fun to be here, Monica.
Yeah, so great to have you here with us. Um, Tell us about yourself and what led you to want to write your book.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned my business, Authentically EC. So I just celebrated the 5-year anniversary. And, I knew that I was really onto something with the work I was doing back in 2019 on the side in my corporate role. It was sort of like I had organically got the product market fit out of the way without necessarily
Mhm.
trying. And that's why I eventually launched the business in Feb of 2020. And with all of this work I've done, whether I've been on stage, delivering a keynote, or I've been in the corporate setting doing workshops, or I've been doing team coaching or one-to-one coaching with executives, what I have always been asked is, when are you writing your book? And I've known that it's something that the universe was bringing up because I was meant to do it. But I also just kept feeling like I want to do this, but I just don't feel like it's the right time. So finally, mid last year is where I realized, you know what, the time is now. If I don't commit to this, I'm never going to do it. So here I am.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the title and topic, your target audience with this work, and whether you have to be a business person to really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, great question. So target audience, well, I'd say first of all, no, you don't have to be a business person to appreciate it. Where I do think it's going to resonate the most is for very success driven, ambitious people who may consider themselves high achieving, high performing, potentially type A's, people in leadership, whether you're leading people or you're leading projects or leading your own business. I
Mhm.
think that's where it's going to resonate the most. So I consider that my target audience. And the other key factor is that with these people, similar to myself, when I went on this journey, because I practice what I preach, which is a big part of this book, I was very much burnt out. I was a person who was 17 years just running myself to the ground in the professional world and never really taking stock of where I was giving my time, my energy, and my attention. And myself would go on the back burner, my own well-being, my own mindset, sometimes my physical health. And so when I think about the people reading this book, what they're going to take away and what the major theme is, I have a title, but I'm not sharing it just yet.
Okay, I was going to
It's
ask.
still being wordsmithed, so it's not there yet. But the major themes they're going to take away are, how can they design their life in a way that feels good to them? Our lives are more than work, but work is a big part of our livelihood. So this isn't
Mhm.
about how can we get to 65 and not have to work anymore. This is about how can we live more every single day in a way that feels good to us.
So is this about work-life balance? And I'm using that term advisedly because I think it's actually become pretty controversial in many
Yeah.
respects.
Yeah. You know what it is? I know I historically haven't loved that word, but what I realized with so many of my clients over the years is that what people want is balance, peace, and fulfillment. They want that. You
Mhm.
like if you want to feel balanced in your life, it's not about what's outside of you. It's about what's inside of you. And that is where you can find more harmony is within. So I'm really taking people on that journey of self-awareness, taking them on that journey of emotional regulation, and on that journey of what does it mean to design your life in a way that fills you up before you go out in the world and just start giving every ounce of energy that you have.
Amazing. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that.